two of Dragon Ball's most destructive forces. Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, and Cell, the perfect biological weapon, clash in a battle of raw power. On one side, you have Broly, a being of limitless rage and ever-growing strength whose power defies all limits the longer he fights, and on the other hand, you have Cell, a genetic masterpiece created from the DNA of the universe's strongest warriors, built for evolution, strategy, and absolute dominance. Today, we're diving deep into the abilities, feats, and power scaling to once and for all decide who truly stands on top when it comes to these two titans. If you enjoy a conversation like this and want to take part in deeper Dragon Ball discussions, I highly encourage you to join the Dragon Ball HQ Discord server, link below in the description. We'll be diving into this topic and more over there. Now, without further delay, let's begin. From the outset, it's clear that Cell's power eclipses anything the Z Fighters can throw at him. Krillin and Trunks, in his Grade 2 Super Saiyan form, are effortlessly brushed aside. Their attacks completely ineffective. A destructible disc to the neck, normally a dangerous move against any superior foe like Frieza, doesn't even land a scratch. When Cell retaliates, his speed is so great that Krillin doesn't even have time to react before he's put down. Krillin himself emphasizes just how casually Cell dispatched him, reinforcing the overwhelming gap in strength. The gap becomes even more apparent when Vegeta attacks. Striking what should be a critical area, Vegeta's blow does nothing in response, and Cell clearly knocks him out cold with one swift counterattack. Despite this, Vegeta unleashes his most powerful technique, the Final Flash. Caught off guard, Cell still manages to move just in time, ensuring only one part of his body takes the hit. This reaction is often underappreciated. Based on anime scaling, the Final Flash travels several million times faster than the speed of light, making Cell's evasion incredibly impressive. Later, Cell engages Trunks again, now in his Grade 3 form. While Cell says Trunks has greater strength, his demeanor and performance suggest otherwise. He easily tanks Trunks' punches with ease and shows no sign of strain, indicating he's still suppressing his true power. Korin even comments that Cell hasn't gone all out yet. Combine this with guidebook statements declaring Cell the strongest being at the time, and with this later comparison due to a fully powered Goku, and it becomes increasingly clear that Cell was still far ahead. Despite Trunks' best efforts, Cell emerges victorious but chooses not to finish him, giving the fighters more time to evolve. This strategy pays off. Goku emerges from his final time chamber session vastly more powerful, capable of rivaling Vegeta and Trunks even at half power. Yet, despite this massive leap in strength, Goku admits freely that he cannot best Cell, calling him the strongest entity he's ever seen, including Gohan, who hadn't yet unlocked Super Saiyan 2. As the Cell games begin, Cell toys with Mr. Satan before his real battle with Goku. During the fight, Goku quickly realizes how dire the situation is, acknowledging that even a single error could cost him everything. The manga and anime differ slightly here. In the anime, it's repeatedly implied that Cell is operating at full strength, supported by various guidebooks. However, manga commentary and El Manga Legendario make it clear that Cell is still holding back, only revealing his full strength when facing Gohan. In truth, even though the fight appears balanced, Cell is in control the entire time. Throughout their battle, Cell demonstrates a mastery of countless techniques, including a perfected version of the multiform, now used without weakening his power. This impresses even Tien, who originally developed the move. Eventually, Cell decides to raise the stakes and obliterate the ring, making the entire planet their new battlefield. During this period, Goku does land a serious blow of instant transmission combined with Kamehameha, which vaporizes half of Cell's body. This regeneration, however, is just one of the many boons Cell inherits. Several sources, including the Dragon Book, Ultimate Battle Collection, and Daizenshuu 7, affirm that Cell has access to limitless energy due to the android components in his biology. While he appears winded at times, this is likely temporary. His infinite power supply allows him to rapidly restore stamina. This makes Cell virtually tireless in a prolonged combat scenario. Despite all of this, Cell insists that Goku eats a senzu bean after the Kamehameha, showcasing his supreme confidence. He even tells Goku that a full recovery wouldn't help him win. Goku, recognizing the truth, voluntarily ends the fight and names Gohan as the next challenger. He even tosses Cell another senzu bean, which may have marginally increased Cell's strength due to his Saiyan physiology reacting to damage, also known as a Zenkai boost. As Gohan steps up, Cell acknowledges the boy's potential but downplays Goku's claim that Gohan had already surpassed him. He proceeds to utterly overwhelm Gohan, who was only dodging and not fighting back. Many points to Gohan's pacifist as a reason for his initial performance, but since he isn't attempting counterattacks, it's clear that Cell was dominant, regardless of Gohan's mindset. Cell's intent is to provoke Gohan into awakening his latent strength, something Goku was counting on, although Goku clearly believed Gohan would still need an emotional trigger to reach the next level. Some translations suggest that Gohan had already surpassed Cell by this point, but the phrasing may refer to latent potential than current output. Regardless, official sources are consistent. Until Gohan reached Super Saiyan 2, Cell held the title of the strongest in the universe. To push Gohan over the edge, Cell creates the Cell Juniors. According to several guidebooks, each one possesses power equal to Cell himself. It's only after after Gohan finally snaps that things change. Even in his enraged Super Saiyan form, Gohan doesn't have what it takes. Cell mocks him, dismissing his newfound strength as underwhelming. It's only with the leap to Super Saiyan 2 that Gohan finally becomes untouchable. Even then, Cell isn't down for good. His core survives his self-destruction, allowing him to regenerate into his ultimate version, Super Perfect Cell. This transformation is described by both Cell and the Daizenshuu as a dramatic increase in power, one likened to the jump Gohan experienced going from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2. Based on how Daizenshuu defines galactic structures, with solar systems being nebulas packed with countless stars, Cell's power at this point can logically be extended to multi-solar system level, and potentially even more. Meanwhile, Broly demonstrates a vastly different kind of destructive power. Even while chained down in a heavily suppressed base form, Broly wipes out substantial portions of the Southern Galaxy. It's critical to understand that in Dragon Ball cosmology, South Galaxy doesn't refer to a single Milky Way structure, but to an enormous galactic quadrant comprising numerous galaxies. According to sources like Daizenshuu 4 and Chozenshu 4, the Dragon Ball universe contains infinite galaxies, solar systems, and nebula. So, for Broly to destroy a massive portion of that region in his restrained state, roughly 1/4 by visual estimation, places him far beyond multi-solar system levels as a threat. At minimum, this feat puts him in the multi-galactic tier, and that's before considering several statements across the franchise that Broly could eventually wipe out the entire universe if left unchecked. Whether that destruction would be rapid or gradual is never clarified, but the sheer scale remains indisputable. Broly's second appearance only confirms his growth. Now unrestrained and far more feral, he effortlessly overwhelms Gohan, Trunks, Videl, and Goten. It takes a combined multi-generational Kamehameha to finally stop him, with Goku making a mysterious appearance, either spiritually or physically, to lend his power. Official sources lean towards Goku being physically present, which reinforced the seriousness of Broly's threat. Then comes Bio Broly, a reanimated version of the original, modified through biotechnology. Supplementary material accompanying the film indicates that this iteration is technically Broly's most powerful form, though his defeat is played for thematic and narrative uniqueness, as it's ultimately immobilized by culture fluid and destroyed with seawater. The enhancements made to his genetic structure can't be ignored. In raw numbers, this is likely Broly's physical peak. Some fans argue that Second Coming Broly is more dangerous due to his battle instincts, agility, and aggression, but in terms of pure might, the Bio Broly tank-grown version edges him out before being neutralized. Finally, creator commentary seals the deal. Koyama, a key screenwriter for the Dragon Ball Z movies, has gone on record multiple times calling Broly the strongest and most terrifying villain he's ever penned, only seeing Broly surpassed much later by Beerus. His words reflect the creative intent behind Broly's design, an unstoppable force of nature without equal at the time. Factors are weighed, the verdict is clear. Broly stands on an entirely different tier from Cell. Even at his strongest, without too much of a wanking, Cell's multi-solar system capabilities are dwarfed by Broly's multi-galactic to potentially universal threat scale. The difference isn't marginal, it's massive. Some people through scaling can get Cell to a universal level, which does take a bit of wanking, but it can be done. However, if this same type of generosity were given to Broly as well, he could not only be universal, but universal plus. Regardless of the fact, this fight wouldn't be a close call at all, it would be a landslide in Broly's favor. For everyone who have made it to the end of the video and walked with me on this journey, I thank you. You're an irreplaceable fan that I'd like to be a part of the main Majin Bird family, and I implore you to join the Dragon Ball HQ Discord server in the description. Here I'd like to garner a core fan base of Dragon Ball fans where we can celebrate and discuss the miracle that is Dragon Ball. Thank you.